No seats taken?
You're safe before you know.
I'll go to eyes first. This is what I want to do.
Okay, who's sworn right sheets?
Thank you. Thank you.
The color guard will advance the colors. And salute. Two. The POW, MIA, and missing combat flags will now be posted by the color guard. A POW MIA empty chair is placed at all official meetings of the American Legion as a physical symbol of the thousands of American POW MIAs still unaccounted for from all wars and conflicts involving the United States of America. This is a reminder for all of us to spare no effort to secure the release of any American prisoner from captivity, the repatriation of the remains of those who died bravely in the defense of liberty, and a full accounting of those missing. Let us rededicate ourselves to this vital endeavor. Uncovered. Please join in a moment of silence in memory of our missing comrades. Claire Clark, William Harnish, Donald Kaplan, the chaplain will now offer a prayer. Ron. Our chaplain's on vacation, so Ron stepping in.
Yeah, oh, that'll, anyway. Okay, further sweet. Okay, let's pray. Heavenly Father, thank you for this wonderful day and for those gathered here tonight. Be with us in all our walks of life. Let us be attentive to all those who join us in this meeting. We ask that you guide us, as members of the post this evening, so that we might be productive in our discussions. Towards our goal is to service to you and other members, community and nation. Let us remember our servicemen, women that gave the ultimate sacrifice, and those still suffering in hospitals, nursing homes, and personal dwellings. Guide us, be with us this evening. We ask us for God and country in your mighty name. Amen.
Amen. Covered? Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me, uncovered. Please join in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may now cover. We will now recite the preamble of the Constitution of the American Legion. For God and country, we
associate ourselves together for the following purposes: to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States of America, to maintain law and order, to foster and perpetuate a 100% Americanism, to preserve the memories and incidents of our associations in all wars, to inculcate a sense of individual obligation to the community, state, and nation, to combat the autocracy of both the classes and the masses, to make right the master of might, to promote peace and goodwill on earth, to safeguard and transmit to posterity the principles of justice, freedom, and democracy, to consecrate and sanctify our comradeship by our devotion to mutual helpfulness.
Again, do we have a quorum?
Yeah, here we have 37.
I now declare Marion Post 298, Department of Iowa, regularly convened. Sergeant of Arms, do we have any guests, visitors, or new members?
I'm not aware of any, sir.
Anybody here for the first time? You want to come on out? There's a sign-up sheet back there.
It
After we
is,
get
I got it
done,
right here.
we'll have you sign in as well, but you can come on up for now if you don't mind.
That's mainly so I get the spelling of your name.
Chase.
You come up, sir. Come on. Stand right next to the microphone. How we doing there? Chase, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Chase Hitchcock. I'm Navy, almost 9 years, retired, kind of. And I joined a couple of months ago, but I was in the Gulf Coast, avoiding all the snow and cold weather y'all had. And I'm back now. One of my pet passions is going to be Viva One, as I have a classmate who loves their son. So, anyway, I'm happy to be here.
We're happy to have you.
I haven't yet.
You're still in Des Moines. Okay, so he's still in Des Moines, so be extra nice to him. We're trying to get the transfer over here. Just joking. Welcome here. Yeah, I wasn't going to say it.
We don't have enough. You don't have enough? Oh,
The minutes of our meeting are published in the newsletter. Are there any corrections or amendments to the published minutes? Hearing none, the minutes will stand as published. We'll start with our committee reports. We'll start with membership. Jason Achenbach.
Commander, we're at 100% right now. That's all I got.
Perfect. That's enough for me.
Yep.
Commander, a question?
Yes, sir.
Is that recognized at state as 100%? Or we've just got the numbers and they're processing?
No, it's recognized as state.
All right, perfect. Finance Officer Mike Barron.
Comment?
Just check and see if you fell down.
Okay, finances as of March 1st, we have $19,288.30. February income, $11,725.28. Expenses, $8,288.30 for a negative difference of $2,859.50. Major income, second vice, $3,935. The Children's Welfare Trust, $2,113. The Arthur Werner Veterans Trust, $2,006. Hall rental, $1,450, and donation is $1,080. Major expense, and this hit us hard, is insurance. It went through the roof this year. $4,170.25. And there'll be 4 payments of that amount. Energy, $1,067.46. And the second vice balance is $8,546.92. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Building Corporation, Gary.
For the month of February, our income was $732. Our expenses were $230. We have a balance one March, $18,687.
Nobody from Vets Club is currently here, but I have the total that they have, which is $17,325. They also wanted me to make sure that you were aware that we have on Saturday, March 16th, the St. Patty's Party is in the bar. There'll be a costume contest, and also Mike, the karaoke folks, will be in here again on Saturday to do karaoke, which, if you haven't been there for one, he's a fantastic karaokeist. Saturday. And then Friday, we still have our normal fish fry.
He's a member now, too.
He's a member now as well. Okay. Service Officer Leonard Olson.
All I've been basically doing in the past month, if I hear of a veteran that's in a nursing home or care facility, I've been going to visit. I was over to Silver Oak the other day, and I've been out to Northbrook, and I've been to Harmony House to visit 4 of our veterans. That's all I've been doing. And I'll start the buddy check in another month.
Thank you, Leonard. Sergeant Barnes.
Nothing new, Commander. Been doing funerals as normal, but that's been about it.
Thank you, sir. Historian. I don't see Jim here. Americanism. Kelly's not here. Dean is not here, so you got to report on everything.
Commander, first of all, with the baseball team, they have been practicing outside twice so far, so we're quite excited about that. They currently have 13 games scheduled, with their first game scheduled for March 24th. And obviously, as we remember very well from last year, they have more cancellations than games played. And along with that, we've been fortunate to have a couple of baseball players attend and help bus tables, clean up around here at the fish fries. So, and they are scheduled to continue to do that through Good Friday. So much appreciated for them. They're excited, obviously, with the warmer weather that we've incurred, and they're just all ready to go. So it's been fun just talking with the people even. And along with that, as far as scholarships, so far we have received 5 scholarships, and we all know from past practice that those scholarships come in on the last days. The very last week we get very busy. But remind if you do have a family member that will be turning in a scholarship, that the due date is March 30th. It'll be on March 30th, whether they drop it off here at the post or that they have a postmark on it. And with a $2,000 scholarship from our trust fund, and then 2 $1,000 scholarships that are provided here by our post. So it's always neat to be able to hand out those scholarships. So any member that you have in the family that is can go ahead and be available, or turn in the application. Please get them in as soon as possible. Thank you. Question?
Do they have to be juniors in high school, or can they be seniors?
Senior in high school.
Okay.
And also with the trust scholarship, the capability exists for them to be in college, as long as they follow the guidelines with a family member being there, or else the veteran themselves. So that is always the most pleasant application we receive, is when it's from a veteran.
Do we know when the baseball game, where is that?
The first baseball game will be at Lindmark. They're going to be playing against Dubuque County. But I'm not offhand, no. But they are hoping to schedule more games. And as soon as, thank you for bringing it up, Jason, as soon as they tell me that their schedule is complete, Roger Norfolk, who we all know helps me out with all the technology things, he'll make up a good calendar for me. We will post it in the entrance area, and thanks to the bar people, they will make sure that as I get the scores, that they will post them on that calendar. So they've been real good last year as far as calling me or sending me a text after the game, and I go ahead and make a phone call to the bar people the following morning. So it's all current.
Jerry.
Where are they playing at?
The home games will be at the Lindmark Field.
Lindmark?
Yes, they were able to obtain our access to that Lindmark Field this year as opposed to last year.
Good.
Thank you.
Scouts? Andy?
Commander, if you know it, it's not just Cub Scouts. We have Pack 58 here. We have Girl Scouts that are in the Cub Scouts, and now we have a Boy Scout troop of Troop 58. So they're all great. They come and help us with the omelets and the breakfasts. And the Legion Riders, fish fries, they help with that. And the Legion Riders gave them $500, and let me tell you, that was really appreciated. So thank you guys for doing that. They thought that was great. I can't think of anything else, but they're always here. That's it.
Thank you. Yeah, and I've talked to them. They are going to be here for the next 3 weeks as well. So there's different families that have signed up for the next meal. So thank you for all your work with that.
Can I tell you one other thing?
I mean, absolutely. Why not?
I'm going to be retiring from that job, and Courtney Spielman is the gal that does it, and her husband has agreed, and he's a member here, and he's agreed to take it over, so it's just be nice and easy, full
Yes,
state flow.
if you want to give me his contact information,
I will.
We'll get that squared away.
I told him as soon as we did all that, I'd get back with him.
Thank you. Alrighty. Legion Riders.
Well, it was a great 2023 for the Legion Riders. I just posted a bunch of stuff earlier today of the recent contributions we've given, but here's a quick rundown. To Camp Courageous, we gave a $750 donation that was for a campership to pay for a child that maybe doesn't have the money at all. $500 to their general fund. Freedom Foundation, $500. Cub Scouts, $500. Willis Dady Homeless Shelter, $500. Iowa Veterans Home, and it was a special fund for their members there that may not have enough money to pay the dues for that post there. So a very specific donation to the Iowa Veterans Home of $500. Boys State, $500. And it all adds up to $5,500 for about the 20 of us that are busy doing things. A lot of it goes to Jason and Lori, who have gotten us into doing this meal on Tuesdays once a month. And your participation in that's greatly appreciated, but that's how we've been able to give that much. This coming Saturday, there will be a trip to Iowa Veterans Home once again. We try to get down there and play bingo with them. Last time Jason brought $100 in quarters. I won't say that you're a two-bit anything, it just had $100 in quarters. And they play bingo, and if they get a bingo, they get a quarter. And the residents there really get into it. So it's a great time for us to be amongst them. You make up some chat with them, and it's a great time. In April, we'll have our Leaf Ride. Unfortunately, it's the same day that the spring conference is. I know spring conference will come up. Where is spring conference this year?
Bluegrass.
Bluegrass. Well, if you've been to Bluegrass, that's a nice place to go. On the river. If I may go ahead and address the military ball while I'm up here.
Please do.
So military ball is April 13th. Lieutenant Colonel George Mosby is to be our guest speaker. He's the commander of the 334th Brigade Support Battalion, which is in our armory out here. I've met with him. He seems to be a really nice guy. I think it's going to be great for that side. Then we're going to have some food. We're going to have some music. But it's all based upon honor, tradition, and respect. So it's not just veterans that will be there. The MC is going to be John Costello, who is one of our sons. So it's open to the sons and the auxiliary, and it's open to any of the veteran service organizations around. Right now, Jerry's not here because he's out in Anamosa talking to that Legion post. I was at the Marine Corps League last week. So we're going around to them and making sure that they feel invited to it as well. But the ace in the hole is there is a drill at the armory that weekend, And the commander of that company has said he will give his soldiers time off to come to the ball. Can you imagine if we have 100 guard guys in here, guys and gals, for the ball? I think that'd just be tremendous. That would be where we want to go. We want to be where we're cooperating with all the other veteran service organizations and taking care of the veterans as well as those who are constantly continuing to serve. Words just don't come anymore, so I'd spot. If we get the veteran service organizations working together, if we get to know about the Guard and they know about us, and especially if we can pull this off with some class and style, I think they might be more inclined to come join us. So it's a big event, and if you're so inclined to join us at that, it's not going to be a terribly thing. I asked a Vietnam buddy of mine in St. Louis the other day what he thought about it, and he went like this. He said, stuffed shirt. Okay. If you were never in an organization that routinely did military balls, you don't know what it's like. And many of you probably did never have that experience. So try it and see what you like from it. Any questions on the ball or anything with the riders? Thank you all very much.
Thank you, sir. All right, unfinished business. I got one thing that we need to bring up. So this is unfinished business because we do membership all year round. So the one thing that we need to bring up is membership dues. So the executive board meeting, the executive group has decided that we're going to raise our dues up to $50. And I want to give you a little information on why we're doing that. So state, and I believe I talked about this maybe 6 or 8 months ago when I got back, but state is raising their money. Department is raising their money, and national is raising their money as well. So the department money has turned in January was raised $5 more. So that would make it, for us owing, as of today, $40 to the different groups. So that's national, department, district, and county. National is going to raise theirs by another $5. So that means we will owe $45 a year. Today our dues were $40. We voted on leaving at $40 for this year, which ends up in the end of June, beginning of July. The next fiscal year starts. So what we want to do is we want to raise the dues to $50. This would be just as it was before, where we were owing $35, our dues were $40. We brought $5 into our post. Because of that, I do feel like the $50, the dues will be stable for at least the next 5 years. I don't think they're going to hit us with another raise that close together. The national one was just passed in August, and the state one was just passed in July. So I don't think they're going to be doing that for a while, but I think $50 gets us at a nice spot. So if you get a motion on the floor to vote to set our dues at $50, I would love to hear that.
I make a motion.
I got a motion by Pat.
Second.
Second by Mike Cleveland. All right, any further discussion needed on this? Does anybody not understand the numbers? Yes, sir.
I have a couple fellas that are going to be coming in. If they come in before June 1st, it's 40.
Well, this is the thing. Remember, are they a current member of the American Legion?
No.
Okay, so if they're not a current member of the American Legion, we are still in the 2023-2024 year. So our 2024 ends in July, right? So if they come in and join, it'll only be good for the time up till July. And then we'll have to renew again in August to hit our next membership, which would be...
July 1st.
Is it July 1st? No, it's August 1st.
August 1st.
August 1st, yes.
Just that's confusing. We start $5 in July. Now we'll owe, we're going to vote on 50, going up to 50. But right now, that membership they buy will be for 2024, and it'll be good till January 1st, not August 1st, but January 1st.
Gotcha. Thank you, Ren. All right, any further discussion needed? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed. All right, that's the only unfinished business I have. Does anybody have any other further unfinished business? All right, perfect. We'll start into the new business. So I want to read a little bit from our bylaws here. If you haven't had a chance to memorize it yet, let me know. I'll give it to you. Section 2 calls for the first call of nomination of elected officers shall be held at the regular March meeting. Well, here we are at the March meeting, so we are going to start that first call of officers. So a couple different things that are going to happen versus last year. If you want to nominate somebody for a position, you will stand up, say your name, nominate who you want to nominate. That person then will stand up and either accept or deny that. It gets a little messy. Last year we had 74 people announcing different things, and it was not clear and easy to go back and look at the recording to pull that information down. Does that make sense for everybody? All right. All of our responsibilities for all of our officers are found in our bylaws. I included this in our email, our newsletter this month for March 1st. It was included in there, all the different roles. Would anybody like to hear any of the roles for our officers? That goes from commander, first vice, second vice, adjutant, finance officer, chaplain, historian, sergeant of arms, or service officer. Would anybody like a description on what their responsibility is with that role? This is open. If you have a question about a role, feel free to ask about it, please. Okay. So this is the first call. It's going to be the first call for commander. So as an example, if you're okay, can I go first?
Yeah.
As an example, I will stand up, I will call on myself, I will say Robert Damastis, and I nominate Pat Reinhardt for commander. So now Pat would stand up.
I accept.
All right, Dick, did you have somebody?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Hi, Cleveland. I nominate Jason Eichenbach.
Jason?
Jason, I'd like to accept.
Okay. Anybody else? So as it sits right now, we will have an election this year, because there's going to be multiple people running for that position. So we will have a full election this year. We will have papers. We will do it the right way. We will have everybody come up, put their vote. It's going to be a long meeting in June. So be prepared for that. All right, first vice commander.
Hi, Ron Tyne. I'd like to nominate Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey?
Is that the position
Yeah,
you talked about?
that's the
Can
one.
you repeat the description one
Yeah,
more time?
absolutely.
Thanks.
All right, duties of the first vice officer, probably one of the easiest positions here. Ask Jason. All right, the first vice officer shall be the chairperson of the membership committee, all right, which is something that we haven't done in the last 2 years, which I definitely want to go back to for this year. Yeah, we did it 3 years ago when I was first vice. We had a committee together. He or she shall render reports of the membership annually or when called upon at the meeting and the direction under direction of the executive board, shall assume and discharge the duties of the office of the post commander in his or her absence or disability or when called upon by the post commander.
I accept.
Steve Harvey. By the way, for those of you that don't know, Steve was a recruiter. So, our membership, we're going to be at 10,000 before the end of
Don't
this year.
hold it
Right?
against me now, come on. Everybody likes to hear a recruiter.
All right, second vice commander. Oh, sorry. Last call for first vice commander. I totally messed that one up. I apologize. I got to do 3 calls. I apologize. So second call for first vice commander. Third call for first vice commander. All right, moving on. First call for second vice commander. First call for second vice commander. Probably one of the most important jobs we do here at our wonderful place. Second call for second vice commander. Second call for second vice commander. Third call for second vice commander. Adjutant. First call for adjutant. First call. Ron does, just for everybody knows, Ron is wanting to take a step back. But he wants to still be a part and help out with membership. So that being said, he wants to at least help with the transition from being a full-time adjutant for that position. So he's willing to help out with that transition, which is very good. Okay, second call. Second call. Third call. Very good. Finance officer, first call, finance officer. First call, finance officer.
Roger Norfolk, I'd nominate Mike Behrens.
Commander, I've done this for 14 years, and I'm hanging it up. It's time for somebody younger to step up. And the gentleman I would like to nominate, Jerry Cleveland, is not here tonight, so I will wait till next week, or next month.
Roger that, sounds good. So that's a no then. Anybody else? Second call for finance officer. Easiest job at the post, ask Mike. Third call for the finance officer. Alrighty. Chaplain. First call for chaplain. First call for chaplain. Second call.
Steve Harvey, I nominate Kelly.
She's not here to accept, but I know she's very interested. So I'm sure she'll be here next month. She's on vacation in Arizona, living it up. Third call. Third call. All right. Historian. First call for historian. Jim's not here. I know he's expressed interest in continuing as well. But that being said, all positions are open. Second call for historian. Third call for historian. Sergeant of Arms. First call for Sergeant of Arms.
Steve Harvey, I nominate Dan Palmerside.
Dan?
I accept.
Second call for Sergeant of Arms. Third call for Sergeant of Arms. First call for Service Officer.
Roger Norfolk, I nominate Leonard if he'll accept that. You?
Leonard Olson, I'm your current service officer, but if somebody younger than me would like the job, please come forward, otherwise I'll accept.
Sounds like a yes to me. All right, second call for Service Officer. Second call for Service Officer. Third call for Service Officer. Third call for Service Officer. All right, very good. So that moves us on to the Executive Board. So a couple of different things. Obviously, there'll be a new commander next year. The things that I was looking for the Executive Board is somebody that can come in, give some ideas, help us go through some things, help us work through issues, and be a voice in those meetings. All right, so I'm looking for 4 people to be on the Executive Board. First call for the Executive Board. It's really, yes sir.
Danny Carson, I'll nominate Mike Barron for Executive Board.
I'll accept.
Question.
Blue is my favorite color.
Do you go to the next, do you automatically go to the executive board?
I do not. So in the bylaws, I have an option to join the building and grounds. That's where I can go there, and I will announce that in month 3. But no, I will not be on the executive board. So one of the most important things that happened when I became commander was Dean really did take a step back and let me run the show. And I don't think it's fair that being commander for the last 2 years, I think they got big shoes to fill because I wear size 13. So I don't want to be there in their meetings and, have any type of influence on how they're going to run their leadership board. So I will not be running for anything this year that is involved in Post 290.
Commander,
Yes, sir.
do you want me to read off who is currently serving?
That's perfect fine.
Right now, currently serving as at large on the board are Shelby Roth, Peter Purvey, Grant Wilkin, and Steve Harvey. And I think Shelby Roth is the only one here other than Steve Harvey out of that group.
No,
Peter's here.
Pete's there.
Oh, where is he?
He's hiding right over here. And I'm gonna say this is probably one of the easier jobs that we have at the American Legion. it's really about bringing ideas and trying to help our posts grow, taking on, minor things that you have time for. Anybody else interested?
Question.
Yes, sir.
Is it everybody on the executive board now? Are they still going to be on it, or is their
No.
time up?
Their time is up. This is a yearly election.
Commander?
Yes, sir.
But they should remember that certain officers are automatically part of that board.
They are, yes, sir. So if you get elected as an officer from this post, you will be on the executive board for all of the positions that we mentioned earlier, and then there's also some positions that get appointed by the commander that will be also elected to go to the board. Very interesting, if you read the bylaws, those positions that are appointed do not have a vote in the executive board, but they are authorized to come and help us out. Somebody told me that the other day, which I thought was really interesting. Anybody else? Executive board.
Denny Carson, I'll nominate Pete Purvey.
Pete, totally up to you, yes or no? I know we just talked. Decline? Yeah. Thank you, Pete. Yes.
Andy Schmidt, and I nominate Shelby Roth.
Shelby Roth, you interested? Stand up, please.
I'll accept.
All right, second call. We have 3 months to figure this out, so we're doing pretty damn good. Third call. Awesome. Okay, Veterans Club Committee. So, Vets Club. Obviously, nobody from Vets Club is here that I'm aware of. They did give me some of the responsibilities that are expected if you join the bar committee. 90-minute meetings monthly, staff quarterly. You will also, you can serve as an officer of the bar committee. So there's officer positions such as chair, vice chair, finance, and something I can't read Jerry's writing for. You will help with burger night, taco nights, those type of events. And then we will also help with the different events that happen inside of the bar. So if there's any event that's happening inside of the bar, you will also be required to help out with those events. Now, we moved this from 6 people, which is how it normally was. This is what we voted on. We moved it up to 8. We did that so there would be more people to help out, so not the same person had to do all the different events. But he wanted me to mention all of that. So we have 4 positions open this year. 4 positions open this year.
You want me to read who's coming off?
I got it. Damon Myers coming off, Shane Schaefer's coming off, and Dave Glenn. I've talked to 2 out of 3 of them, and I think I'd say 1.5 is committed to coming back. Don't know about the other 1.5. We're trying to work through it, and we'll see what happens. But once again, all positions are open. So first call for Veterans Club Committee. First call. Second call, Vets Club. Third call, Vets Club. Okey-dokey. All right, Buildings and Ground Corporation. So we have 5 people coming off of Buildings and Grounds, and that's the 5 people that we're going to be looking at. Denny, can you give just a little what you're looking for somebody on the Buildings and Grounds?
Okay, the Building and Grounds Committee is in charge of hall rental. We come in and clean the hall after events, usually events when the hall is rented. Like fish fries and tenderloin fries, the committees that are doing those clean the hall themselves. But basically, we clean the grounds outside, we do the lawn mowing, any of the work that needs to be done outside, things like that. Pretty easy work for 11 guys if we all get together. So.
All right, the folks that are coming off, thank you, Denny. Gary is coming off, Dave, Ron, Jim, Matt, and Darwin is coming off. So, first call, Building and Grounds.
Commander, I decline.
I didn't even offer you. I was about to stand up here. I was 1 second away. All right, first call, first call. Second call.
I'm Leonard Olson, is coming on?
Nope, Bob is still on.
Okay, sorry.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, Bob is coming off. Bob is coming off the,
Let me look at what I got here from your email.
I thought I was coming off this year also.
Let me just
Stand up
verify.
and say yes then.
Well, yeah, stand up.
Yes.
Yes.
Can you at least stand up for me?
Oh, it's a long way up.
Bob, what do you think?
Yeah, I'll stay on.
Perfect.
There.
It only took 10 minutes.
Second call, second call.
Dave Beener.
Well, go ahead, John.
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
Dave Beener.
Beener. Ah. Thank you, Dave. You got something else? Oh, no. All right. Okay. Third call, go to the ground. Third call. Alrighty, that is our first call. As it says in our bylaws, we shall meet again in April and we shall conduct the second call. I'll read that in April so we can enjoy that all together. Okay, any other new business? New business, any other new business? Roger?
So it has been said about me that I pet stray dogs and they follow me. So there are a lot of people out there that call me when there are things that they're interested in have happen. So I got a call from the Freedom Festival, and they would like to have their flag retirement ceremony on June 14th down at the end of our parking lot. There's construction on a bridge downtown, so they're looking for a place. I just need to bring it up so it can be discussed, basically. I guess I should do it in the form of a motion. So I will make a motion that we support the Freedom Festival with letting them host, or letting them have their flag disposal or flag retirement ceremony down at the end of our parking lot. Just some additional stuff that goes along with that. They have a long-standing partnership that the whole ceremony is basically run by the AMVETS. So it wouldn't necessarily require us to do much. We probably need to have the bathrooms open for that time when they have that event. That's just about it.
We'll have the caboose by then, they can use that for the bathrooms.
I'm sorry?
I said, we'll have the caboose by then, we can use that for the bathrooms.
And we'll supply the flags.
So are they going to reach out and deal with the fire department and all that, and the EPA and all that kind of good stuff?
I don't think the EPA is involved in it.
Well, they'll have to get a license to be able to burn here in Marion.
That's due to fire.
Okay. They will have that responsibility to do that.
Yep.
Will they burn our flags?
I'm trying to get them to do that as well. You know, the county flag retirement ceremony was held by Springville, and I've heard they're not going to do it this year.
do they bring something to burn them in?
Yes. Yes, they have a, it was explained to me, and I can't capture my mind, but it's a metal assembly that they put steel underneath so it's not even laying on the ground. And I was saying, I don't think it would melt them very well. I said, but we've used it for a lot of years, and yeah. So I don't know that we can get them to do all of them, but they do have something that should protect the grass underneath it. Back from when we had it years ago where we used the bed spring, that killed all the grass there for a long time, I know.
Well, I'd tell them that yes, but only if they burn our flags.
Yeah.
I think that's a good addition to the park here.
Dick, you got something?
I got a motion.
Okay, so is there a second on the motion?
There was a second. Dick's got something though.
We don't have the county flag thing settled yet. We keep going back and forth, back and forth. Would they be open to accepting flags from other Legion posts around the county?
I would say at this time, probably not, because we know what that volume is like. You know, we've taken truckloads over there before. I think they'll balk at wanting to do what our load is.
Well, our load would be 3 truckloads.
Yeah, but if we take the other 47,
In our post.
yeah. I'm saying, I can ask that as well.
I don't think they're that bad. Hey, Danny, how bad are we doing in there? As far as the amount of flags that we have?
Right now,
Yeah.
we probably have 2 pickup loads.
I know we cleared out a crap load of them last year. I mean, but I think we did 4 pickup loads last year, so.
If you were to guess a number, what would you say?
Number of flags,
Yeah,
I wouldn't have a clue how many flags we have, but we've probably got 20, 30 large boxfuls.
probably well over 1,000 then.
Oh,
I
yes.
guess.
At
Okay.
least.
I think we
But I
should put in motion
suggest-
that Denny has to count them.
I suggest that, if they don't burn ours, then they'll have to find someplace else to do it, because, we shouldn't have to host theirs and then not have any place for ours.
As I said, they're doing it as a part of the Freedom Festival's stuff, and yeah,
I understand that.
I think they're thinking a very short ceremony, but I take that as a positive thing to take back to them. Both to ask about our posts and ask if they would do the county one.
Let's put this on hold. We'll put this in old business for next month if you can get some response from that, and we will revisit that vote next month. Is everybody good with that? Perfect. What else you got there?
Okay, for those of you that didn't see me on TV last weekend, the Cedar Valley Woodcarvers had their show as I was presenting a cane to Ron Helgerson. No, actually a guy from Dyersville. A lady came up after that and said that she wanted to talk to me for a minute. So her name was Molly Linz. She's the secretary of the University of Iowa Veterans Association. She's looking to establish some sort of contact, and I don't know what that contact would be. Whether down in Iowa City, I think they'd be at some posts closer to that. But if anybody would like to pursue that, that's what I'm looking for today, is a volunteer that would call this sweet young lady, talk to her, and see how we might be able to assist them in their Veterans Association down there, and how they might then have some business with us as well. Is there anyone that would like to volunteer for that? Mike Edsel, did I hear? No, he didn't say that.
I vote Mike Edsel.
I second it.
Is there anybody that would like to take that on as a task? Okay, that's all I've got, Commander. Thank you.
I'll take it.
It's your ball.
Okay. Excited about that one. Cheer. All right. Any other new business? Dick?
One short announcement here.
Sounds good.
I don't know how many of you have heard of this, or how many are looking for a job, but you probably know somebody that is. The Cedar Valley Veterans Network, which is just being formed by the Lake County Veterans Affairs Director, is holding on April 3rd from 5:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. at the Big Grove Brewery, which is downtown Cedar Rapids, the new place, a thing for veterans. What they're doing is inviting any employers that want to show up and any veterans who want to show up to get together from 5:30 to 8:30. First hour will be devoted to, they'll talk about what's going to happen, and then they'll have an hour, or the rest of that hour, to socialize together and with the employers. The second hour will have the employers laying out what they have to offer, what they need, and so forth. And the third hour, we'll try to get the veterans together with someone who has a job with their expertise. So if any of you are interested or know somebody, a veteran that needs a job or wants to switch careers or something, please tell them about this. It's the first time they've had it, and the director hopes to make it a monthly event. Big Grove is not charging for the use of the space. If you want to buy something there, that's different, but they're not charging for the use of the space. Again, it's April 3rd from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. at Big Grove Brewery in downtown Cedar Rapids. So, any questions? All right, thank you.
Thank you, Dick. When's the next county meeting?
Tuesday,
March 26th, or Tuesday this month, Walker.
Thank you. Any other good of the Legion of correspondence? Sir?
As a lot of you know, last October, Dr. Dye over here, just a couple of blocks away, asked for applications so he could do dental work for a veteran. I put my application in, and I heard from him a week after his deadline. Just before Thanksgiving, he took out the rest of what I had left in my mouth and smoothed the bone out. In December, he did some more bone smoothing. And I went this morning, and they took impressions to make a set of dentures for me. I should have the dentures within about 6 weeks. I would suggest if you, or if you know a veteran that needs dental work, and he does this again next year, please put an application in, because he didn't get a super good response this year. I don't know if he's going to try it again at the end of this year. But if you need dental work, or you know a veteran that does, get an application in for him, because he's doing real good work, took good care of me, and he sent me over to a denture specialist to have the dentures made. So I should have some pretty good dentures when they get done.
Awesome.
And that's
Your name?
Larry McDaniel.
Larry McDaniel. Yeah, for those of you that don't remember, last year, it was around October time frame. We got an email from this group that's pretty close to us here. What was the name of the doctor again?
Ed Dye.
So he was asking for anybody who needed any dentistry. He was gonna select some people for Veterans Day, and that's his reward to give back to the veterans. So he did a really good job with this young gentleman here.
So he took, I had a bunch of broken roots. He took them all out, took out the tooth that was bad, did all the bone work, and we're talking somewhere in the neighborhood of $1,000 of work that he did. I don't know how much the dentures are gonna be, but he's gonna cover the cost of those also from over at Blair Ridge Dental. So, like I said,
Awesome.
get an application in if you decide to do it again, whether it's for yourself or another veteran that you know that needs some dental work. That's all.
Thank you, sir. If he does it again, he'll reach out to the commander's email, so whoever the next commander is, hopefully we'll be able to forward that off and get that information out for that. All right, any other good of the Legion or correspondence? All right, raffle time. Sir?
Just one thing, the omelet breakfast has been moved out 1 week. This month it fell on St. Patty's Day, so we moved it out to March 24th. Omelet breakfast for anybody that wants to come, so.
Thank you.
Okay, we're gonna have two tonight. Enough people showed up tonight to make it, we'll have a $37 drawing, and then we'll have a $100 drawing. Where's that new guy at? Find out how many friends you pick up tonight.
Check his ticket number too. Check his ticket number first.
I don't have it. Well, if he wins, we split it. 254.
That's mine.
You're welcome.
That almost never happens.
Is that the $100 one or is that?
Oh, oh, heck.
Okay, pick up the $100 one. $282.
Well, I just talked to you about winning.
Is there any further business to come before the meeting? If not, the chaplain will lead us in prayer. All right, Ron's got his voice back. Uncover.
I just hope he doesn't get upset with me and takes my voice again. Let us pray. May the peace of God fill your hearts, and the word of Christ dwell richly in all wisdom. Go forth now in love, as all called to do his work, and may God's favor and mercy bless you always. Amen.
Amen. Cover. Till we meet again, let us remember that our obligation to our country can be fulfilled only by the faithful performance of all duties of citizenship. Let service to the community, state, and nation be an ever main objective of the American Legion and its members. Let us be ever watchful of the honor of our country, our organization, and ourselves, that nothing shall swerve us from the path of justice, freedom, and democracy. The Color Guard will now retrieve the POW, MIA, and missing comrade flags. Thank you. I got the thing from. The Color Guard will now retrieve the colors. Hand salute. Two. I now declare this meeting of Marion Post 298, the American Legion, Department of Iowa, adjourned.